Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for April 22nd of 2025 is titled Terminator Moon, a moonscape of shadows. So what do we see here? Well, here we see an image of our moon, but not like anything we're used to seeing. If you're noticing, there's far more detail here. And that's because this is not a single image of the moon. This is many images of the moon put together. And essentially we're looking at all of the terminators, which is the dividing line between night and day on the moon. So instead of just taking a full moon image, in which case the sun would be directly overhead the central portions here, and they would be completely washed out. We would see no shadows. We would not see anything in relief to give us any sense of texture to the moon. However, when we look at it at various phases and cut and paste all those pieces together, we can actually get an image where we can see lots more detail here. And you can notice that if you look at the shadows on the moon, you can see that there's all different shadows on different parts of it. And that shadows can be similar on different areas, whether they be to the far left or to the far right. An image like this, if this were just an individual image, everything in the middle would be completely washed out and invisible to us. We wouldn't see all the structures here, just some of the more prominent craters. Now, again, doing something like this helps us to get a different understanding of the moon. So we can see the differences between the highlands, the lighter colored areas, and the Maria, the darker colored areas. So we can see there are several differences, not only the coloration differences where the highlands are much lighter, composed of a lighter, less dense rock, and the Maria are composed of a denser rock that is again a volcanic rock that flowed into the lower lying regions from the interior many billions of years ago. However, we notice not only that, but we can also see differences in the structure. You can notice how flat they are. They're very flat. They have no sign of craters within them, or very little sign of craters within them. Yes, you do see a few, but overall, if you compare a region of the highlands, which is loaded with craters, and you compare it to the Maria, there are hardly any. And that's because we can use craters to figure out how old something is. The number of craters that we see on an object tells us how long it has been since that surface has been reworked. And that can be done by a number of things on Earth. It can be volcanic activity. It can also be weathering effects. And really what that's telling us is that on the moon, as compared to Earth, there is far little erosion compared to what we see here on our Earth. So we don't get volcanic activity anymore. We don't get any kind of erosion, no wind or water, of course, as we do have here on Earth. So it really helps us to tell how old the surface is. So we can look at other objects in the solar system, compare the number of craters that they have, and really be able to learn something about the differing ages of differing objects across the whole solar system. So that was our picture of the day for April 22nd of 2025. It was titled Terminator Moon, a moonscape of shadows. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.